morning. I'm very delighted to be here. And first of all, before I go on, I just want to say, Jack, thank you so much. I consider you a friend and a partner, but I will tell you that as a regulator, because at the core, that's what I am, our department has to work on a lot of challenging issues, and Jack is often at the table pushing and advocating every single day for small businesses, and businesses large and small. So thank you for your leadership in Chicago. I also want to thank BMO Harris for holding this event, and together with Loyola, who's my alma mater, by the way, to work on the efforts to put this survey together. It is so important. I know my team and I have been eagerly awaiting the results, because the results of studies like this really shape the policies and programs that we implement at the city, and so it is so important. And I've only gotten a peek at it, so optimism is wonderful. I think our economy is strong right now, and so optimism is great. And so importantly though, I want to thank the partners that are here that I often work with every single day, and the small businesses throughout Chicago who are really the backbone of our economy. And I think that when we work together, Chicago is a much stronger, more vibrant city. And it is important, the issues that will be discussed today will be so important to what comes next. Under Mayor Lori's Lightfoot, her goal has been to support economic growth and vitality, a unified vision for the entire city. So downtown businesses along with neighborhood businesses. At the core of the Mayor Lightfoot's Invest Southwest initiative is bridging the gap for small businesses and communities, specifically our neighborhoods in the South and West Side, where there has been historic disinvestment over the years. So a $750 million investment of working funds from the city and the partners that we're working with to try to revitalize these neighborhoods. Because when we work together and we work to strengthen our neighborhoods, we all as a city are going to be better off. And so again, I want to thank BMO Harris for the $10 million down payment. Very early on, the mayor announced Invest Southwest in that investment through United Way of Metro Chicago to create more sustainable communities. And so it starts there. It starts with these strong partners and all of us working together. So the vision to support businesses extends to city agencies like mine. So at the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection, my team is working on several initiatives, and many of which Jack has been very engaged in. But we deal with everyone from mom and pop shops, which this survey certainly is going to be helping inform our vision and our policies going forward, but to new emerging economies. So we deal with everyone at our department. And so this year, just to start on some of the initiatives, if you can bear with me for a little bit, we started with the implementation of congestion reforms, addressing ride hailing and trying to figure out how we minimize congestion in the downtown, but more importantly is to really support public transportation, which millions and millions of people rely on to get to work, to get home from work, to go to school, and to be consumers of all the different businesses that are here. So ensuring that our public transportation and the transportation for all our residents is equitable is really, really a high priority for us, and ensuring, most importantly, that we address the congestion that has become actually a real problem. So secondly, we are also, as Jack indicated, working to reduce red tape. We hear often from our partners, the process takes too long. Things are too expensive for businesses. So our goal is to try to figure out how to do that. So we're establishing the fast track sign permit, which now will be issued in our department. And then we're also working on public way reforms. So for those of you that may not know, there are over 20,000 permits that we transact in our department every day, and those are just permits. Everything on the public ways, so canopies, sidewalk cafes, etc. So we're working on all of that. Third, we're establishing the new regional small business center. So we're establishing 5 centers throughout the city, bringing resources that licensing resources that we have at City Hall into the community for small businesses, so that those who don't have the resources then now have them. And fourth, which is a little bit of a sticky issue, is through our new Office of Labor Standards, we are implementing the Mayor's Fair Work Week reform, Fair Work Week ordinance that was passed last year. And we're also working on the newly revised minimum wage ordinance that brings the wage to $15 an hour by 2021 for most workers. All of that is starting this year, so we're working on that as well. And then, you know, I think it's so important to understand that at least my department has held the line on increasing fees. So license fees have remained stable for a long time, but I think it's really important to just continue to think about this optimism that the report talks about. And we are living in a very dynamic time where a lot of change is happening. So new ways of doing business are shaking things up. And like you, we in government have to be nimble. We have to be ready to change and reform. We can't sit back and wait for things to happen and not catch up with the times. So if you can imagine that only 7 years ago, we issued a license for ride-hailing in Chicago. Only a couple of years ago, we licensed house sharing in Chicago. These new entrants into the marketplace have literally jolted taxi industry, limos, hotel industry, and really how you live, because these new concepts are actually right in your neighborhood. So we want to continue to work with all of you. The outcome of this report is so essential to us. And so I'm looking forward to really reading through it, because I think this is going to continue to inform what we do. You know, just today we're announcing our outcome of a pilot, again, talking about change, the scooter pilot, and then as cannabis. These are new things that are shaking things up, but nothing I think is more important, and I took a little peek here, than ensuring that our workforce is strong, that people feel valued. Because where these new economies are going, we need strong workforce, and we need people to feel like they want to come to a city and be workers. They want to be residents of a city that really supports them. So I want to thank Jack, because I know there's been tough discussions, and we're not always agreed. We have to look at the entire city. You guys have your own constituency, and so we respect that, but I love the fact that we continue to work together. We can't wait to be part of the change that's coming, and I look forward to working with all of you on these new the outcomes, and hopefully we can continue to make Chicago a great big city where people want to live and work, and where businesses will continue to thrive. So thank you so much for having me.